Look who's back. Hey, Steve. 143. Got the love. Have you seen T-Rex? Me either.
I guess it's just you and me. Steve, any chance you could walk over to the door and jump up and down and bark, do a Steve triple hop, and run out there? Okay. Well, we'll see T-Rex do that in the end more because he was here yesterday. I think Mommy took him for a walk. Tuesdays are good if you can get them. Wow. It's a little too early to call this an Indian summer type pattern. But it's 61 degrees and the temperature roundup a short time ago. What was it? Let's see, it's 8:15 now. An hour ago it was 64 degrees up and down the Champlain Valley from Highgate to Burlington. And 64 degrees up and down the Cape Cod National Seashore from P-Town to Nantucket. And to start a autumnal day that way means that we are all on the warm side of a front. Our old, cold, high-pressure system has moved off, and now we're on the warm air advection side, and it's going to get wet in a lot of spots. See, the ground is all wet right here, and that ground is wet because it did cool off last evening, and the dew point came up into the 50s with the temperature in the 50s. Now the dew point's climbing through the 60s, so there's an environment rich with building moisture, and there's a front strung out from southeastern Canada to the southwestern United States. And it's going to be a wavy front. Lots of pulses of energy coming at New England. Look at that nice little pile Luciano has built for himself to work on the uphill side of the concourse. I'm going to try and go faster. I know I've been going way too slow. Let's look over towards the ocean and give you the surf report at Cinnamon Rainbows this morning. It is a more challenging 5-foot ground swell, a little bigger, and a shorter period. So the waves are closer together at about 9 seconds. So that indicates not really a Gabrielle swell, but kind of something else. I mean, maybe there's some Gabrielle swell mixed in there, Hurricane Gabrielle being east of Bermuda. So there is surf today, and with the new moon, that means the tide is high during the middle of the day. So maybe a sunset session. Maybe I'll see you, Jimmy, over there at Nantasket today. Although I don't like that the sun goes down so early. And I do have kind of a busy Tuesday, monitoring the weather and lots of other things, trying to get some work done today. Gabrielle now is a Category 4 hurricane. How about that? After just going so slow in its intensification, it ramped up in the last 36 hours, and it's moving east of Bermuda out over the North Atlantic. So the next ground swell from that's going to be in Europe, in Portugal, and maybe Scandinavia as that races towards Europe. And then you have two other systems now. The one that we kind of gave up on a week ago is getting close to the Lesser Antilles, and even though it shows a yellow X there, and the other one is now an orange X, each of these may develop into the H and I storms. Umberto and Imelda may be on the map this weekend. Things are really ramping up now in the North Atlantic. And we'll talk about the Pacific storm chasers after I do the forecast, if I remember, because I want to get this forecast done. The satellite image this morning showed the cloud very thick over northern New York and stretching south off this map all the way down to Texas practically, but you still have a good amount of sunshine across much of southern and eastern New England for not a bad day. And here is the radar, and it does show some heavy rain there coming right into the Champlain Valley, where last night there was some rain. Underhill, Vermont picked up 1/4 of an inch of rain, but for most of us, the rain is just arriving now, and it's going to be here off and on now for 48 hours. There are some changes to the weekend forecast, much improved changes. And yesterday there was severe weather. So there were a couple of tornadoes reported in upper Michigan, and a lot of trees down, and some hail, a bunch of hail. I think the hail is the green and the wind damage is the blue. Often get that confused. And also some flash flooding. Flash flooding would be the orange little dots. And if you go to the Coco Raz, and I put it right over Youngstown, Ohio, centered there, a couple of spots of 1 to 2 inches, and then just over the border in Pennsylvania, New Wilmington, Pennsylvania picked up 2.62 inches of rain. So that is the energy available coming at New England, and this front's not really going to lose intensity. We may not be warm enough for severe storms today, but we are going to have some thunderstorms. The Severe Storm Prediction Center says we are just in a light green shade, meaning probably non-severe thunderstorms in New England, not causing damage, but some downpours. And the threat for severe weather is more to the south of New England. All right, little timeout to let Steve go over to the wall. Sure, why not? Anybody need a tomato? Tomatoes are coming in nice. Other things are digging up the yard too, next to Steve's steak. Actually, you want to see something where they've dug up the yard down here? What should I show while I talk about this? Nothing. We're going on tour. I thought I would do the weather faster, but I'm not, because I want to show you all this. I don't know what did this, but we got some critters here digging deeper holes than rabbits. So the critters are returning, but so far they have not gotten a hold of the tomatoes. I do have a little bit of blight showing up, so minor blight. So we'll do a bunch of pruning of these tomatoes. And no hard freeze forecast for TK. National advisories, watches, and warnings, though, does show a tiny little winter weather advisory in southern Wyoming near the Colorado border. It's going to snow a little bit. And I know some of my friends are watching the GFS saying, hey, GFS showed snow in a couple of weeks. I said, don't look at the GFS. Not yet, anyway. We're going to look at the Euro. Use the Euro data for the meteogram in Nashua, New Hampshire, and it shows the temperature pretty close to 80 today, so we are warm like summertime today. Wind is increasing from the southwest, and the front's going to settle south of New England tonight, and it's going to have waves of low pressure coming at us, and temperature's going to be in the 60s to low 70s right over Nashua the next couple of days. Cooler to the north, warmer to the south with off and on rain. And the guidance is pretty consistent with about an inch of rain in Nashua. And a lot of us are potentially getting an inch of rain. And then it shows the Thursday, Friday front kind of falling apart and leaving us with a nice weekend and not too cold, with the next cold push not coming until about next Tuesday or so. And that would be a hurricane repellent high pressure system from Canada then. I probably should have shown this map first, though. This is the 8 o'clock map tonight, and you see the 1014 northern Maine. That's 1014 millibar wave of low pressure, and then look at all the little L's on this front, which is kind of oscillating all the way south to Texas with a bunch of 1014 lows. And then in North Texas, that's 1006 millibar low. Often the caboose of these wave trains can be the heaviest rain, and that heaviest rain with the caboose would probably be on Thursday. So now let's go to the Euro and show this whole thing now. All right, so there's our front stretched out here from New England with the downpours coming and going late today all the way into Boston, and then off and on rain for most of New England. Least likely places for rain would be Cape Cod and far northern and eastern Maine, it looks like, and maybe northwestern Vermont, with the heaviest rain right in the middle. And what looked like it was going to be a full latitude trough setting up into the weekend now looks like it's going to be a brief full latitude trough with this low going to our north on Thursday, and another round of showers and downpours and maybe some severe weather, because the dew point's going to come up to 70 at the south coast on Thursday with those showers and storms. And then here's where things really change. Now the northern stream is going to accelerate and the southern stream is going to slow down, and we have no front over New England at all on Saturday or Sunday, according to the Euro guidance. And as we get closer, confidence gets higher now that the forecast for the weekend has improved, with just nice high pressure coming in here with temperatures in the 60s, probably at the shore with a light sea breeze, and 70s inland. Great news for the Eldredge Farm Party on Saturday on Cape Cod. More on that in a minute. And then here's the trouble. Look at this on Monday, Sunday night and Monday. That's a tropical storm going into North Carolina. Tropical cyclone, doesn't look that strong. High pressure coming toward New England is hurricane repellent, and there is a major hurricane making the curve out there well east of North Carolina. You see that in the 950s. So 2 tropical cyclones in our corner of the world next Monday into Tuesday. The hurricane takes off to the right, and the tropical storm goes into Virginia with a massive, strong, high-pressure system coming into eastern Canada, protecting us and bringing us nice, cool weather next Monday into Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, another almost subtropical storm, probably on a front, not pure tropical cyclone over the coast of North Carolina, and that just kind of sits there on the south side of this next strong high pressure system, which is going to settle right in here the middle of next week. If this Euro is right, I'd give it about a coin toss on being accurate here, but if this works out, it turns beautiful in New England with just great fall weather the middle of next week. This now goes out to Thursday, October 2nd at 2 p.m., and the high is right over us, and there's a lot of warm air in central Canada, and it looks kind of beautiful, and that tropical system or subtropical system on the coast of South Carolina is not forecast to come in our direction, so we probably have a warming trend and no hurricanes for New England. I can almost guarantee that, but I can't guarantee it for the southeastern United States anymore, with that hurricane center saying, wow, we could have the G, H, and I storms all on the map here within 4 days. And so now let's go to the Pacific Ocean and our storm chasers that weathered the hurricane on Bataan. Well, it's a typhoon, and it missed them by 100 miles to the south, but they showed Jordan Hall here doing the play-by-play on the aftermath, and I see the road washed out there by the tidal surge, he says, but the tidal surge left intact those homes right adjacent to the ocean road there on the east side of the island. So the homes survived and that landscape survived, but there was damage, and so that storm is now a Category 4. It's called a violent typhoon instead of a super typhoon, and it's now moving out of the Luzon Strait towards the coast of China, and 140-mile-an-hour winds, and it's expected to diminish to about a Category 2 with 110-mile-an-hour winds when it makes landfall next on the coast of China. It looks like just north of Vietnam. So Josh Morgerman, he only counts it a score if he gets into the eye and can measure the eye. That's his game. He's been doing it for his entire career, and he puts his instruments in there. So Josh is on a tiny island just off the South China coast waiting its arrival. So we'll be hearing from Josh and what he has to say over the next 24 hours with violent typhoon Ragasa. All right. I think I know where T-Rex is now. He's around here somewhere. Oh, T-Rex has just mysteriously appeared over there in baby bunny territory. This is different. Well, thank you for joining us, T-Rex. And Steve is saying, what's T-Rex doing over there? And why is he not on a line when I'm on a line? So yesterday's weather today. Yesterday I took T-Rex for a walk, and I lost him yesterday too. He went to the doggy spa in the Arthur Walker neighborhood, the Craft Chucks. And TK went over to the Eldredge farm there on the Harwich Brewster Dennis line. It's nice, outback and Cape Cod, and nice rural as Cape Cod gets these days. And there was a cranberry bog out there. And Jeff Eldredge is preparing for his, 14th or 15th annual Eldredge Family Farm Party this weekend. Calls it Locals Helping Locals, and he's very busy. And his mom and dad stopped by, and John and Carla, and always fun to talk to his parents, who I've actually known longer than he has known, because I'm a little older than him, and I've known them my whole life. So John or Carla, one of them challenged me to run up the big pile of dirt. I said, I'd love to do that. So we were playing these games that we played 55, 60 years ago when Carla was my nursery school teacher. We played King of the Hill, and then we played Funny Face. You make funny face. Carla, you're so funny. Great to see you yesterday. And we're going to hear from Jeff, and he's going to tell us the story of the Eldredge Farm Party, Locals Helping Locals, and getting together. And we're going to hear from Jeff quite a bit, and then the ride home just in time for the sunset, where we had a T-Rex and a Mitt and a Steve. So yesterday's weather today, and more. Oh, that was a lot of editing. Our and more now just begins at noontime on our Monday. Got some pretty cumulus clouds, almost looking like maybe a little bit of a just north of Route 6 cloud, with the not too much wind and the heating of the day causing the air to rise right over Cape Cod, and some instability. But as we approach the autumnal equinox, it's beautiful. The birds are singing, and T-Rex is going to find his favorite friend through the path down the Regis Memorial pathway. Very pretty. And Peaches is over there, and T-Rex knows the way over here on this path. Go ahead, Rex. Go ahead. Show me the way. So it's not supposed to take off like that. I don't even know where he is. He just took off. We have a
idea where he is.
Yeah.
Shocking. Anybody home?
You don't knock on the door, Rex.
My baby. Did you miss me, huh? I know you did.
Dependable's here. We're getting our lawn mowed. It's been raining on Cape Cod, so we actually do have green grass. Of course, Kevin's lawn is totally green, and mine's kind of green. That part is not irrigated right there. Yeah, we got some dust too. Speaking of dust, let's go over to the Eldredge farm. They're prepping for a big weekend ahead. A little bit of rain might be helpful before Saturday for the Eldredge Farm Foundation Fall Festival. Families helping families on Cape Cod. Let's talk to the main man. There's a big dig here too. I think I hear the main man's big voice, booming voice. There it is right there, the voice of reason.
Well, I mean, that's what we're...
Who's in charge around here? It's kind of slow. It's called the Back to Work Monday. Plenty of heavy equipment around. Need some movers and shakers. Oh, I think I see a mover and a shaker coming out of one of the machines right now. He's a little camera shy for the time being. But here comes somebody out of the shadows here. Can you tell me
See the pile over there?
who Jeff Eldredge is and where I can find him?
Oh, I'm Jeff Eldredge.
Oh, you're the guy. How many times have you done this fall family farm festivity?
Well, I've done it, this is my 13th year. I would have had 15 years, but COVID hit, so no 15, just 13.
What's the name of the event and what's the mission?
So it's a Howard Dennis Rotary sponsored event. I'm a line item through Howard Dennis Rotary, and it's called Eldredge Farm Foundation. And what we do is we have a nice event here for families, and the idea is so that families will come out and have a nice day and enjoy themselves, all the generations, the grandparents, the parents, the children, and we have something for everyone. And that's the most important thing, you know, that people get to come out here. It gets the community together, and we're able to have some fun, and they can forget about whatever troubles or share in their joy for a day. And basically having them out here, they'll see different items that might be for auction, or people, we've had a lot of generous businesses donate or be a sponsor, or individuals donating really great auction items. And we take those auction items and somehow we're able to raise a lot of money. And it's for basically all the hardworking people, the locals that in case they get in trouble, we're not going to let the bad things happen to them. They can come to us, and if they need a little help while they're sick, it's for families that are in distress due to illness or health issues. And we help them through.
What's your mantra?
It's locals helping locals. So it's I think it's a great event. It brings the community together. You get to see maybe friends of yours that have kids at a different age, and you don't get to see them that often, but we have this event and all of a sudden everybody's here. And
that is beautiful. And do you care what the weather does at all?
oh yes, I'm hoping for a nice day. So we'll see.
There's a front nearby, but there seems like there's always a front nearby.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to rain on me 3 times this week, which is par for the course for me.
And is that helping one of the competitions?
What do you mean?
That pile of dirt over there.
Oh yeah, well, listen, that's nice and dirty. I had to move the entire pile because Terry Doucette is decided that we're going to bring a lounge area in this year, which is going to be awesome. We're going to have the stage, we're going to have a lounge area. He's talking about setting up a lit up dance floor. You know, we're going to have, we're stepping it up a lot. I'll be out here again all this week, you know, working on this and trying to make it nice and clean and good for everyone.
I think
It's
the
a lot of
boss's
work.
boss is here.
Oh, look at that. It's the real cheese. All right, hold on.
Logistics being played out every minute, so he gets to spend as much time on the phone figuring it all out as he does kind of prepping for it. And then the overseers, Mom and Dad, Carla and John, Eldredge, the real bosses, here too. All right, well, I've never done the dirt pile. You want to see me do the dirt pile? Ready? I'm gonna go do it. So you gotta kind of come up at it like you're doing a switchback. So you kind of come up sideways. And then you find a flat spot, and then you switch back and go the other way, like this. And we'll be doing this with skis over our shoulders before we know it. And then there's a ledge right there where you can't really see over the edge. And then you go up to the very top. And then it's way kind of scary, but the little kids seem to love it. And now I'm up at the top, briefly. Avalanche. Wow, nice view up here. I can see the Prudential Tower in Boston. Wow, time out. So the kids, once they get up here, they kind of slide down and roll down. I don't feel like getting that dirty, but I will attempt to kind of ski down. See how that goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got the dirtiest shoes award for the day so far. That was a fun workout.
Yeah.
I hope that was entertaining. There's my tracks.
Yeah.
So, Mom and Dad come and visit you often?
Yep.
Yeah.
They help out with the event. They go around, they gather up stuff. They got all the pins that hold down the dance floor. They're gonna go get the hay this week.
Oh, nice.
You know, they run around, they grab, you know, fuel for us and different things and all the little things.
I love them. They were like surrogate parents for me too. Would you believe that I've known your parents longer than you've known your parents?
I believe that. You're older. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think your mom and my mom were in the
I'm gonna move over
Jimmy was
here.
being born and I was being born in the same place, Cape Cod, and I've known them my entire life, and I love them like they're my parents too.
Yeah, well, they love you too, Tim.
Beautiful. Oh, look at those jaws. Yep, hoping for a little rain. Get the dust down. Thanks, Jeff. See you later. Just sprung T-Rex from the doggy spa. And the sun's pretty low on the horizon here. I'm not sure if we're gonna make the Fore River and the Cats before the sun hits the horizon. Just turned incredibly gorgeous ever since the equinox a couple of hours ago. So aiming for the Gulf of Weymouth. There's the Bass River, beauty. T-Rex not really liking driving this fast, but we're almost there, Rex. Yeah, just another hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, for the record, it's 5:22 p.m. 69 degrees. 6:28 p.m. 71 degrees. It warmed up a couple of degrees. And we made it in an hour and what, 6 minutes? Yeah, Rex, I know. Did we beat? Yes. We get to see the sun hit the horizon. Do we have a chance to get the cats and get into the backyard? Do we have time, T-Rex? I don't know. And yeah, Rick Worma, I hear you about the sun not being a point, it's a disc, and what time the top of the sun hits the horizon and what time the bottom of the sun hits the horizon. And it could be one of those sunsets that gets better and better. Break it to you, T-Rex, but I don't think Mommy's home just yet. Oh, there's Steve right there waiting. Steve, ready to go out to the backyard? Oh, yeah, you are. I'm sure Mitt's not far away either. Wrong way. We have just a couple seconds. I hear you, Mitt, or somebody. Mitt was already down there waiting, wasn't he? All right, let's go. 6:33. T-Rex, you want to go triple hop? 1, 2, 3. Because we haven't done it in so long. Oh, just made it. It's about 67 degrees, and there is the sun, the bottom of the sun hitting the horizon on this first sunset of celestial autumn. We made it. And it looks like there's been some work done down below. I'm sure we looked at that already with our out the door segment, and nice little island built right here. And so why don't we get right to it and show some time lapse? How about Weymouth? So here's Weymouth with a really nice day. Blue sky and cirrus, where there's some cumulus in there, probably a few cumulus. And Dennis. There were cumulus. And cirrus. And Mitt is outside, so we got a Mitt. And Steve is outside. And T-Rex is over there. Funny, Steve is eating the cat mint that we harvested last week. You like it dried, huh, Steve? T-Rex, you gonna be okay without Angela tonight? And a lot of tomatoes to harvest. And there goes the top of the sun hitting the horizon. Yeah, no matter how old you get, you got more to learn about how sunsets, sunrises work. And there's a new moon. I think there's a solar eclipse at the South Pole. We have crickets. Your viewership on our Back to Work Monday, and hopefully your Tuesday is as good as it can be. If you need rain, getting rain. If you want sun, getting sun. Tuesdays are good if you can get them. Thanks for watching.